Hello everyone, and today we start a new series with Hearts of Iron 4 with the Kaiserreich mod as the Kingdom of Finland, and we also start campaigning with Austria. I don't know which one I will upload first, but anyway, so Finland got a new focus tree, a unique focus tree. It had basic one before, and we have quite a few options here. We can keep the old order, which means we will keep our German king in power, Frederick Karl I. He's from Germany, and speaking of Germany, they have military access to us, and also we have a non-aggression pact with them. It almost feels like we are their puppet, but we are not. They have just a lot of influence over us. So here are a few options. We could support those social democrats, or we could go for communism or syndicalists. Then there's also Mannerheim thing. I don't really know about this one. We have him as a party, Mannerheimin clique. They are authoritarian democrats. And then we also have the fascist path. With the rebellion succeeds, we can become really nationalists. And yeah, then there are also some economy stuff here. We have to get all the way to here to get rid of the Black Monday effects, because we will suffer from it also. And yeah, that's about it. Our national spirits, Ukrainian grain imports increases our stability, but increases also our consumer good factories. And then there's also mounting dissent, which is not very nice, as you can see. We cannot pick any focus right away, so all we can do now is start researching stuff, the basic stuff. And let's build some civilian factories. Produce only one of these light ships and start producing support equipment already. Okay, then we have some generals and field marshals. This will do fine for now, and let's start the game. Sorry, I have to do that. I have just wake up, and in the mornings I have to do this sound with my throat, like because, yeah, I don't know why, but that's the way it is. So, the Kingdom of Finland. Following the introduction of the Finnish Declaration of Independence by Bern-Svinhuvud's Senate on the 4th of December 1917 and the subsequent Declaration of Independence from Russian Republic by Finland on the 6th of December 1917, Finnish society saw itself divided amongst two groups, the Red Guards led by Ali Aaltonen and the White Guards led by Carl Gustaf Emil Mannerheim. It wasn't long before a civil war broke out between Red Finland, which was composed primarily anyway of members of the Social Democratic Party of Finland, and White Finland, composed of forces under the Svinhuvud Senate alongside German-trained Jaeger troops. After 3 months of vicious warfare, the German-backed Whites were able to push the Reds and the People's Delegation out of Helsinki and eventually surround the retreating forces, who were subsequently forced to surrender. Out of the ashes of the Finnish Civil War rose the Kingdom of Finland, a rapidly anti-socialist nation led by Prince Frederick Charles of Hesse, King Frederick Karle I, as he had come to know following his coronation as King of Finland. Despite enjoying a period of peace and protection as an unofficial German protectorate, a certain sense of political resentment has begun to develop within the Finnish populace due to pervasiveness of Germany and German-affiliated offices and companies within the Kingdom of Finland. In addition, radicals from both the left and right have begun to slowly consolidate power after years of negligence by the king and the national coalition. Vaikeuksien kautta voittoon. We lack some resources, as always. And we also don't own his region. Shame. Or access to Barents Sea. We have a claim on this area. Also here. What about here? Nope, not here. But here also, and also here. So basically this area we can get a claim on. So right now we have enough political power to add an head of military intelligence, but we are not gonna do it. And the Black Monday hits Finland. It seems as though the Kingdom of Finland has not been able to bypass the economic hardship faced by the German Empire and the other members of Middle Europe. With the plummeting of the Berlin Stock Exchange of the 3rd of February, the German Empire's economy was sent into free fall, bringing down its substantial chunk of the world. This economic downturn has hit the Kingdom of Finland at a very unfortunate time due to problems at home and abroad. It is no secret to many that despite being an agricultural nation, Finland does not possess much arable land and thus struggles to feed its own populace by itself. This has left the Kingdom of Finland in a position whereby it is forced to purchase Ukrainian grain in order to properly sustain its populace and avoid further dissent. On top of this all, however, is mounting dissent from the Finnish people, who have slowly yet surely begun to radicalize and call for an end to dependency on the Germans. Black Monday has only granted further legitimacy to radical movements such as Lapua movement, and the Finnish People's Delegation have slowly begun to make a comeback, giving the radical groups a greater impetus. Demonstrations have already sprung up in many areas. It seems as though the Kingdom of Finland is hanging by a thread. Jumalauta. Yeah, jumalauta indeed, we have some horrible effects from Black Monday. And we just bypassed the Finnish economy, but we still cannot research, do any national focus right now. So this guy, okay, reduced Ukrainian grain imports. Yeah, read it if you want to. Basically, not good for us. Although we decreased the amount of consumer good factories, but the stability also decreased. But yeah, this guy will be logistics wizard. And I guess he will be my defensive field marshal. Let's see. The Peasant March. Aiming to undermine the national coalition and profess Finnish nationalism, the Lapua movement, breaking with their existing ties with the party, have begun so-called Peasant March in Helsinki, which tens of thousands of Finns have attended. Led by several prominent far-right Finnish nationalists, Kurt Martti Wallenius amongst them, the marcher chanted for the emancipation of the Kingdom of Finland from the German oppressors. Indeed, the king has been worried by the recent uptick in anti-monarchist ultranationalist sentiment, seeing the marches as mere opportunisms and ploy by the far right to destabilize the Kingdom of Finland. As it stands, the coalition between the National Coalition and Labour movement had already become shaky in recent years. This blatant attack against monarchy has only served to sever the ties between the monarchists and ultranationalists. Let's see if we can wait for a moment to get 100 political power. I could switch my economy then. 12 days left. Yeah, it's better to wait this out. So here we go to early mobilization. And now do this. So yeah, we get minus political power, but we were able to change our economy law. And now start building up convoys. We do indeed have some sort of navy. Not that we really need it. And we have cool skins on our soldiers. Like, it's much better than the generic. We don't belong to Reichspakt. At least yet. And I don't think we will ever be part of them if we are indeed going this nationalist path. So the second largest party is SDP. Well, Social Democrats. Largest is this Paternal Autocrats, and the second largest is National Populists. So the Finnish People's Delegation protests, having been locked up by the government in Suomenlinna following his role in leading the Finnish People's Delegation during the Civil War. Kullervo Manner has been a controversial figure to many within the Kingdom of Finland, a substantial minority within the SDP and the socialists that have been forced underground by the government wish to see Manner freed, while some of the more moderate liberals in the Kingdom of Finland oppose his conviction on the grounds of impartiality by the Supreme Treason Court. In any case, it comes as a surprise to many that the socialists, who had been largely eradicated and forced underground, have finally come out of hiding to protest and petition for Manners, who is still considered the de jure chairman of the Finnish People's Delegation, release. Many of the more rapidly anti-socialist politicians have begun cursing the name of the syndicalists for sabotaging the current financial instability within the Kingdom of Finland for mere political opportunisms. Yeah, whatever. Minus the political power again. And yeah, we still have to wait for the national focus. Okay, a lot of reading. The Red Guard and the Labour movement clash. This is of course interesting, very interesting, but it is just a bit exhausting to speak out loud this much. Terrible news has arrived from Viipuri apparently. It seems as though the Labour movement had decided to take matters into their hands, and following the news of the resurgency of the Finnish People's Delegation, have decided to hunt down any remaining syndicalists in the hopes of rooting them out. It seems as though the hunt did not go as planned, however, as the Red Guard who appear to be working with the People's Delegation made an appearance. Reports have described the violent fighting that broke out between the two groups, with the clash proving to be inconclusive, as neither side was able to gain the upper hand. Eventually, however, the fighting died down. The King and the National Coalition have been very worried about ongoing events, as they have only served to further sow the seeds of dissent within the Finnish population, while also destabilizing the Kingdom of Finland. We must bring back order at once. One of our factories gets a little bit damaged. So yeah, if we look at our field marshals, we have one who is politically connected, suitable for attacking. Another one who is suitable for attacking. Hold up. This one is also good for attacking, so this guy should be made defensive field marshal. Let's see. King Frederick Karle I makes a decision, turning his attention towards recent events, most worryingly the various clashes between the Lapua movement and the Red Guard. King Frederick Karle I has been deliberating with regards to allowing the etsivä keskuspoliisi to take more active role in pacifying the radicals, so as to set a precedent that dissent will no longer be tolerated. Many of the hardline anti-socialists within the King's cabinet have advocated for doing so, stating that a precedent of intervention on behalf of the government is important, alongside the strengthening of the state police, lest the clashes spiral out of control into a full-on revolt. On the other hand, however, moderate conservatives within the National Coalition, alongside the Social Democrats, have advocated for letting the situation be and have made the point that dissent within the Kingdom of Finland is already high enough, and that any government intervention could lead to ordinary citizens joining in on taking radical action. It is clear, however, that the King must make a choice, and fast, lest the current window of opportunity escapes. So we can send in the state police, or we can say it's too risky and hope that it will sort itself out. If we send in the police, we will remain paternal autocrats with German influence, so we would go with this old order path. That would also mean that we have to keep we could get bonuses for the Grand Battle Plan doctrine and so on. I don't know if it also forces us to go to economic dependence. I'm not saying it's bad, but yeah, it's just we probably have to go for diplomacy. Yeah. And if we choose, well, I don't know. I did a quick test game with Finland, and yeah, if you indeed send in the police, you keep the old order, and if you don't send the police, you can pick either national populists or perhaps the socialists. It gives you a few options, and to be honest, I don't know What would you like? What would you like me to do with this campaign? I mean, if it were up to me, I would be interested in national populist, but of course I always like to play as fascist country. It is the most interesting in my opinion. But we can also pick another ideology if it gets enough support from you. I don't know what this Mannerheim thing does. Let's see. Stabilizing Finland. Arrest radicals. Unifying the people. Republican constitution. Bolster the White Guard. Fund the Finnish defense forces. Okay, okay. Yeah. Well, I know it's not a long episode, only 21 minutes about, but tell me your opinions and what should I do? Should I go for what ideology? What do you think? And in the end I will probably make my own decision, but I want to hear you out. What do you want? So thank you for watching and bye bye.